Hello party people, my name is Inky, I'm a digital artist, and welcome to part a bajillion of the series in which I do character reference sheets for Art Fights 2025. As I hope some of you know by now, I do DND. I play a lot of DND, I have a lot of DND characters. Every single reference sheet I have is D&D themed. And every week, I draw one of them, I record a voiceover for one of them, and I tell you about that specific character and maybe sometimes their setting or plot. This week's video is going to be a shorter video because I've had a week, one of the weeks of all time, and also I've chosen a character with only one reference sheet and who I haven't played yet. This is Peppermint. Yes, that's her real name. She's named after the candy cane coloration of her horns, and that original reference I'm using is from, I want to say 2020, maybe 2019. It's ancient. The point is that it's ancient, and I don't like it, and I wanted to change it out. Especially because Pepper's kind of a fan favorite. I think like a couple years ago, I got a lot of Pepper art, which is funny, right? Because I haven't played Pepper yet, but people really like her. I think it's because she's cute. I don't blame them, honestly. I like Pepper too. This cute little lady right here is an absolute ball of chaos. She was in training to be a wyvern knight. I guess wyvern knight plug here. This is the video where I talk about what a wyvern knight is. And long story short, they are knights who ride wyverns, as the name would suggest. But they didn't want her to be a wyvern knight because she's actually really frail. The thing about Peppermint is that she's a very naturally gifted sword fighter, but she's also incredibly flimsy. Her build is a little sickly under all of those puffy clothes. So they were like, no, you can't be a wyvern knight. You probably wouldn't even be able to wear the plate armor. So Peppermint got mad, and Peppermint stole a wyvern and ran. This is the wyvern. I'm going to draw it on her reference later. His name is Cookie. As you can imagine from a wyvern thief, Peppermint is a bit of a ball of chaos and a disaster. This is kind of inherited. She has her mother's temperament. Her mother, whose name is Amelia, also was a bit of a disaster. The thing is, Peppermint hasn't been raised by her mom. Peppermint has been raised by her aunt. Peppermint was raised by her aunt Catherine because, how many minutes am I in? It's like 2.5. No, I can't say that yet. Her mother is no longer with us. Let's go with that. Let's just say that having a baby with horns, not very conducive to staying alive. I know some people had canon tieflings as coming out with no horns and then having the horns grow big, or coming out with really short stubby horns. No, Peppermint had horns. Peppermint had horns as a newborn, like already hefty, peppermint candy colored horns. That's why she's named Peppermint. Her mother had Peppermint, was like, oh, I'm gonna name her after her cute little candy horns. She's gonna be called Peppermint, and then just carked it. The thing about Peppermint is that you should not take Peppermint for a benchmark on what a D&D tiefling is, even in our setting, because Peppermint is kind of only a tiefling. Peppermint's dad is a devil, and Peppermint's mom is a human. This should, by D&D canon, make Peppermint a Cambion. Nah. Cambions aren't real. We don't vibe with the idea that much, so Cambions aren't a thing in our setting. Peppermint is a half-devil child, and she's basically a tiefling. The only distinction I would make is that because Peppermint is a lot more unnatural, she's not really the result of a curse or a deal, but rather actual devil biology, she is a little messed up. She gets really sick. She's gotten better about it, but she used to be a really sickly child. And then she stopped getting so sick because she stabilized a bit. And then she was like, yeah, I'm gonna be the best sword fighter ever. I'm basically invincible now, like any normal, non-foolish child would say. And she has an affinity for sword fighting. Whether this is a natural talent, her fiendish blood, or both, I don't know, but she does. The thing is, devils are fully grown. Devils have always been fully grown. Peppermint's father is specifically an Aranese, which is the really pretty, kind of angel-looking type of devil. In Contrabell lore, Aranese, the first batch of them was angels that went into hell, and then the next batches of them are just devils that have taken forms similar to those of the angels that went to hell. It's a whole thing. I plan on doing a video that touches upon that better because I have a character who's an Aranese, whole thing. But Peppermint is the daughter of an Aranese. Now, whether the Aranese is a first-generation Aranese who used to be an angel, or a devil that's taking up the form of an Aranese. I don't know. It doesn't matter. They've always been fully grown, no matter what they've been. There's no child devil. So this means that half of Peppermint's biology is not really supposed to be a child. So when she was a child, it was quite mismatched and didn't really work as intended, so she got sick a lot. It's gotten better as she's gotten older. Peppermint is 16 now, and it's honestly kind of fine by now. The thing is about Peppermint that her mother didn't know she was having a child with the devil. Her mother most likely thought that she was having a child with some sort of angel or celestial being, because Aranese do just look like an angel. So, you know, things happen. She went on like a little soul-searching journey and came back home like, yeah, I got pregnant out of wedlock, but it's okay because it's gonna be fine, it's an angel child, and then proceeded to have a baby with horns. Nobody really knows what's up with that. There's like a couple running theories. A lot of people say that she lied and had the child with a tiefling. Some people say that it might have been the result of a bargain, and that's why she carked it. Some people just say that she was irresponsible and just bullshitted a lie to make herself look better. Some say that Peppermint is cursed because Peppermint is Soradine and Sorrel curses, you know, it's a whole thing. And that would explain also why she was so sickly. Peppermint herself is just, she doesn't really think about it too hard because why would she? That sounds overwhelming. No, as far as she's aware, it's probably like a curse or something, right? Peppermint has no idea. Peppermint has no clue. She just wanted to be a knight and they told her no, so she stole the wyvern and she's gonna try to do it anyway on her own. Honestly, I'm surprised she got that far into the, like, military with how absolutely unwilling to follow orders she is. I think that's all I can tell you about her. This one's a bit of a short one because, again, I haven't played Peppermint, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I think I might play her eventually with the same DM I usually play with, so that's quite exciting. I know he already has some thoughts about her father and the status of her father and what's up with that. And then here's her design. She wears really wintry clothes because she's from Cyril, Cold Kingdom in the north of the continent for people that don't know. She wears really puffy clothes as well, which works really nicely to hide her build because she is quite, like, scrawny and a little, like, sinewy and sick looking. She doesn't like that. She doesn't think it's a vibe. It makes people underestimate her. And she likes being cute, so she just goes ahead and wears really puffy clothes instead. And then I really like that in her design, the devil features are sort of cutesified. You know, she's got short, stubby horns with little candy cane stripe pattern. Her tail is short and non-threatening, and it's got like a little heart-shaped tip. I think her father, who is an evil devil from the house, would probably be somewhat displeased that his features show so cutely on his daughter. And then she's got a couple scars. She's got one on her hand and two on her face. They're from raising the baby wyvern. Sometimes he gets a little antsy. It's not personal. And I'll round it off with the same stuff I always say. Like, comment, subscribe. Please engage. It helps me know that these are cool and you like them. And then I am an artist, so I take art commissions. You can get characters drawn. You can get reference sheets drawn. That's all. That's my pitch. Have a nice day. That's all. Bye.